Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs podcast, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performers, business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today our topic is the hidden struggle behind work life balance as an entrepreneur. Today, I'm gonna talk about this topic. I'm pulling back the curtains on this topic because so many entrepreneurs they feel this struggle, they have issue with work-life balance, but they don't talk about it. I think nowadays I hear so many entrepreneurs complain both online offline about work-life balance. It's because there's so much to do. There's so much to do, but not enough time to do everything. So many entrepreneurs they struggle, they complain about finding this life balance so they can enjoy their entrepreneurship, both their entrepreneurship and being with their family, enjoying life, doing fun activities. But unfortunately, this work life balance is hidden, and I hear that so many entrepreneurs they try to find a solution for this problem so they can overcome their struggles, so they can live fully happily and break through in their entrepreneurship and enjoy a happy, healthy, positive life with their relationships, with their families, with their friends, with the loved ones. So today I'm gonna talk about this topic, and I hope you will benefit and learn from this content. So what happens with so many entrepreneurs is that, man, when things work out, when things are going well in their entrepreneurship journey, in their businesses, so what happens is so many entrepreneurs they become over motivated, over committed. They are more driven, they are more excited, impulsive. So they work much harder. So what happens is they ignore their health, they ignore their commitments, they ignore their relationships, their friends, their families, spending time with their kids, spending time with their families, with the loved ones. They don't take rest, they don't relax, they don't ask themselves, okay, I know I have so much to do, I know I have work, because work never ends. You will always have work. But they don't ask themselves, do I really need to just be addicted to work, just to work and become workaholic? And when things well go, when things are going well, and when they get clients or they make wins or they make progress or they make so much money, so what they do is they overcommit, they become unstoppable, they become so much enthusiastic, so they just push on themselves, they put so much pressure, and they just work all day every day. They don't take rest. No one takes weekends. People don't take weekends off, or they don't dare to take just one day off in a week, in a month. So they become workaholic, and this has a negative side. When you are working so much, when you are putting so much pressure, when you are getting clients or making sales or getting new deals, so what happens is you become overcommitted, you overcommit, you're not stopping, you're not taking rest, you're ignoring your health. That's why so many entrepreneurs they get like back hurt, or they get damages or injuries in their body, because they have a sedentary life. They maintain a sedentary life where they're sitting still all day on their devices. They become so addicted to their devices. I think if you're an entrepreneur, I'm sure you can relate to this, where you become so addicted and connected to your devices. You're always sitting on your computer or laptop or MacBook, or either you're holding your mobile phone, texting people, calling, or booking meetings, conferences, answering emails, texts. So you're always overdriven, overcommitted to your work. You can't be off from your devices. You can't pay attention to your health, to your brain health, to your body's health. You ignore going to the gym. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to do your morning routine. You don't want to do your evening routine. You don't want to move your body. You don't want to do your exercises that you were supposed to do. You don't care about your fitness area of your life. You don't care about your health. You don't eat healthy diet. You don't do intermittent fasting. Instead, your life becomes, or it turns into, just a work life. You're just working, and there's no life, there's no enjoyment. Until you find yourself, you feel burnout, tired, exhausted, and you haven't taken a break, you haven't relaxed your brain, your body, you haven't recovered your body. Just like the gym. When we go to the gym, when we do workout, when we lift weights, we are tiring our body, we are tiring our muscles. We are working and pushing so hard. We are putting so much pressure on our muscles, on our body. But then our body signals to us that it's time to take a rest, man. It's time to recover. It's time to relax. It's time to stop lifting weights. It's time to stop running around. It's time to stop just moving all the time. Just go. So same thing in entrepreneurship. You can't just work and adapt this mindset of, oh, I can work all day, every day. I'm like Elon Musk or other entrepreneurs. So you try to compare or mimic other entrepreneurs. You just adapt this false, wrong mentality where work becomes most important thing in your life, most important aspect, and you ignore your health aspect. You ignore your relationships aspect. You ignore your happiness aspect, your health. So you focus only on work. Your life becomes totally just work. So even when you're eating, you're thinking about your work. When you visit friends, your brain is on the work. When people are talking to you, or when you are in a meeting, or when you are visiting your friends, or you're outdoor doing any activity, you're always thinking and your mind goes back to work. So this becomes kind of addiction, where you become workaholic and you are addicted to your devices. You don't go to sleep on the same time or at the same time that you're supposed to. You're not regulating your sleep. You're not consuming those healthy meals on time. You ignore your meals. You ignore your relationships. You ignore your sleep. You ignore your meals just for work. So this is not good for your health. This is not good for your performance. This is not good for your productivity, because you're impacting your life in general, and then you're impacting your productivity, your focus, you're impacting your health, you're impacting your performance. Because as much as you work, as much as you get slow, you slow down your progress, you slow down your momentum, you slow down your performance, because you're not listening to your body, because you have this wrong mentality that, okay, I'll just put myself in a present at home or in the office, and I'll just work and be addicted to those devices, and I will not be offline. I will always sit online, and this is not good for your health, because according to the health organization, we should at least move our body 4-5 hours each week. So if you're sitting all the time on your devices every day during the week, you're not listening to your body, to your health. You're not moving your body. You're not going to your gym, doing your exercises. You're not spending time with your family. You almost become addicted to your work, and you ignore your family, and sometimes this leads to losing that wonderful relationship that you have built with your family, with the loved ones. Even when your friends, I'm sure you can relate to this, when your friends, they text you, they ask you, they invite you for invitations, for events, for meetup, to visit them, to enjoy life, I'm sure you say no to them. You ignore their messages, you ignore their phone calls, you don't want to meet anyone, you don't want to do anything else, you don't want to enjoy life, you don't want to do fun activities, you don't want to enjoy your nature around you, because your mind shifts from just living a life with fulfillment, with happiness, with a healthy life, into a workaholic life. You are addicted to your work, addicted to your entrepreneurship. So this is not good. So many entrepreneurs I know, they go to the gym, they do their workout, their morning routine, they do their morning rituals, they take break, they relax, they take care of their health, their muscles, their bodies, because your body is not a machine. You are a human, and you need to take a rest, you need to relax, you need to recover your mind. Especially as an entrepreneur, we use our mind all the time, constantly, so our minds needs to take break. So we take break, we relax our minds by doing meditation exercises, any type of mindful exercises. So next day our mind is fresh, is ready, activated, energized to receive data, information, to think, to focus clearly, to be productive. So you're not doing any of that when you are just adapting this mentality where, oh, I can work all day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. But this is not good. This is not good for your health. This is overcommitting. This drive is impacting your life. It's slowing down your progress. On the flip side, when things are not working as you expected, when you're not making sales or making deals, when you're not gaining clients, when you're not getting followers or views, when you're not attracting clients or your ideal customer avatar. So what happens with so many entrepreneurs, man, they go down very below. They lose enthusiasm, they lose motivation, they lose that positive energy, they lose focus, they lose productivity, their performance decreases, they lose sight of their goals, of their dreams. So suddenly you turn or you convert into someone else. You become different. You're not that entrepreneur that is maintaining balance, that maintaining healthy life, focus, productivity. And then when this happens with so many entrepreneurs, they fall back into their old bad habits. They think old thoughts, they get old negative thoughts, they think about life differently, that everything is negative and things are going down and nothing is working. You feel like your business is not working or you're not growing your business. Then you get those thoughts, or you start to feel like, oh, maybe entrepreneurship is not something for me. Maybe I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur. man, this is very hard journey. I'm facing so many challenges, so many obstacles there trying to prevent me from being a successful entrepreneur. And then you get self-doubts. You start doubting yourself if you really want to be an entrepreneur or continue to be an entrepreneur, if your business is going to work or fail. So you get so many damn negative thoughts, feelings. They try to convince you that you're failing, you're not moving forward. And then what happens with so many entrepreneurs, they start to compare themselves. Oh, others are succeeding and I'm failing. Other entrepreneurs are more talented. They have MBA degree, or they have master's degree, or they are graduated from very famous popular universities or colleges. Or other entrepreneurs, they came from family background where their family were entrepreneurs, and I didn't come from a family entrepreneurs, so that means I'm not going to be a successful entrepreneur. So that means I'm going to fail as an entrepreneur. My business is not working, things are not working. I don't think this is going to work, or I'm going to fail. And then you start to doubt with yourself. You start to ask yourself, is this really something for me? Am I meant to be an entrepreneur? Am I going to continue this entrepreneurship journey? So you start to compare yourself with others. You get so many negative thoughts that entrepreneurship is very hard, it's not for everyone, all that. And some people, maybe they tried to convince you before, or they try to talk negative about you, that entrepreneurship is not for you, and you start to think about those thoughts, those old thoughts. So suddenly you lose motivation and you lose clarity. So I think this is what happens with so many entrepreneurs, because I hear online and offline so many entrepreneurs, they complain about these struggles, these challenges. So when things are working out, when things are getting better, they feel over excited, they become over driven, they ignore everything, they ignore their health, their relationships, their body. But when things are not working, when they're not making sales, or not attracting clients, or making deals, or making sales calls, so they get down, they lose motivation, they lose this enthusiasm, they can't continue, they start to doubt themselves. So the best advice from me to give you is to maintain a work-life balance. When things are working out for you, it doesn't mean you will become a workaholic. It doesn't mean you will become addicted to your devices, to your work, to your business, to your entrepreneurship. You need to have life. You need to enjoy life. You need to do fun activities. You need to get this positive energy, generate positive energy in your body, even if things are working good or well for you. But you still need to enjoy life with your friends, with your family, and attend those activities, maybe following your kids to their football or sport trainings. You can go out, talk to your friends, talk to your family, enjoy the nature. And even when things are not working out for you, maybe you're not making progress, maybe you're not making sale calls, maybe you're not getting those clients that you were expected to get, but still you need to maintain this clarity, you need to maintain motivation, focus, productivity. You need to be optimistic. Even if today things are not going well for me, even if I'm not making progress, even if I'm not moving forward in my business, in my entrepreneurship, but still I'm an entrepreneur and this is normal. It can happen. But I need to have a balance in life. I still can enjoy my life, even if things are not working as expected, even if you're not making wins, even if you're not progressing. So you need to be optimistic. You need to maintain motivation, focus, and tell yourself that maybe things are not working well today, but I am sure tomorrow, after tomorrow, things will change. I'm going back on track. I am going to progress. I'm going to improve. I'm going to develop my business. My business will grow and I will meet and reach my goals, my dreams. So you need to maintain all these aspects in your entrepreneurship life. You need to maintain healthy life. You need to maintain a happy, optimistic life. You need to maintain motivation, productivity, focus, and relationships life. So this is what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed listening to this content, and I know so many entrepreneurs, they struggle, they have issues with work-life balance, and I worked very hard to produce this content so I can publish it on my podcast to help you break through in your entrepreneurship and achieve success, fulfillment, and a happy life. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I can't wait to publish a new episode. Bye everyone.